Hi everybody, like I say in my videos, that today I'm going to be talking about another video about Jada Pickett Smith and Will Smith about their marriage. And this one, will they ever get divorced? It seems like they're not going to get a divorce anytime soon, but I'm going to ask anyway. And this is entertainment purposes, and sometimes I swear. So I'm going to just ask about it. Are they ever going to get a divorce? I'm also doing What's My Vibe and some other article deck cards. So I'm going to ask, are they ever going to get a divorce in the future, like 5 years from now? Are they ever going to be divorced? Sorry, my cards not the best shuffler. Are they ever going to get a divorce? Are they ever going to get a divorce? Because these are big cards. Are they going to ever get a divorce? And also do What's My Vibe too. Are they ever going to get a divorce? Oh, this one seems easier because it's smaller. I'll do, are they ever going to get a divorce? And I'll do 4 of my What's My Vibe cards. What it says, are they ever going to get a divorce? Are they ever going to get a divorce? Oh, interesting. All right. It is sudden awareness. There's awareness that their marriage is in trouble, like they're having problems, I think she, with the smirking and the slap around the millions of word, she was aware that it might cause problems. She's a narcissistic. I think she's a sociopath. I think she knew that would cause problems, and she didn't really care if it involved Will Smith, her husband. She didn't care if it made him look bad. He didn't care, and she thought it would make her husband look good too in some cases. And she tried to treat like, stay away from him after it happened. She tried to retreat by not getting involved with him and staying away from him. Yeah, and he withdrew too after it happened. He tried to not talk about it. And disappointment. Yeah, they're very disappointed in the relationship. They're both disappointed in the and he feels like she abandoned him because she always tells everybody their personal business. So he feels like Will Smith feels like Jada Pickett Smith is abandoning her, like telling her that we live separate lives, and she's fooling around with whoever, and she doesn't care. And like, he wants to walk away in this relationship. He's so sick and tired of her antics. He wants to walk away. I'm going to do a reading on both of them, what they think about their marriage after this. Rest. He wants to take it easy. He wants to find someone who, he wants to find another person who treats him with respect. And he wants to renew, and he wants to retreat. He doesn't want to deal with her crap. Will Smith. I'm going through his perspective. Overcommitted. So he's overcommitted in this marriage, It's been, they've been separated for a long time, and he's been overcommitted in this relationship, and she hasn't. She doesn't give a damn about him, And he feels very overwhelmed in this relationship. Like, he's putting extra work, and he feels like she isn't. And long and missing you. I think he misses the beginning of their dating and when they first got married. Will Smith, is upset about it, and he misses talking in the reunion. Maybe he was trying to have a reunion, getting along with her, but he wants to set boundaries with her. Will Smith says he has enough is enough. You going around cheating with me. He probably cheated. We'll look into that. And he wants to defend himself, saying, I didn't really want to slap, but he did it. And there's chaos in the relationship. It's terrible. This disaster. The relationship isn't really disaster. You know, him hitting Chris, and their marriage is in chaos. They're probably, you know, there's going to be a downfall. So eventually there's going to be a possibility to follow your dreams. He wants to follow his dreams, maybe do something in a career, move out, and finally get out of the marriage. All right, I'm going to ask, to make the Carlos back, who's going to be calling it quits when it does? Is it going to be... Is it going to be Will Smith? I'll look at Will Smith. The top will be Will Smith and Jada Pickett Smith in the relationship, and then I'll do the articles. The top will be Will Smith. Who's going to be leaving the marriage first? Will or Jada Pickett Smith? Who's going to, you know, say enough is enough? I'm not going to take this crap anymore. You know, is he going to say, ooh, devil card. He got the devil card. Ooh. And then she's, oh boy. All right. All right. Oh boy. What's my vibe? And then I'll do something else. Ooh. That's her. That's winning. Oh boy. Whoa, what cards I have today. They're really telling me a lot about Will Smith and Jada Pickett. Maybe she'll have to change her name. Oh. Let's see. All right, here we go. On Will Smith's side, in the first one, it says, it's the devil. I'm trying to cover these girls up, the guy and the girl. It says, shut off, attachment. He has some addiction to alcohol. I think he used alcohol to get away from his relationship with her, because he doesn't want to be around her, so he might take some prescription drugs, because he might have some depression. Will Smith might have some depression, and he's drinking, and, you know, and he's into sexual, you know, he's into the sexual thing too. And he's doing some destructive behavior, you know, slapping Chris and all these people, and he's becoming destructive because he's being with her. And the second one was, he wants to have a traditional relationship. He wanted a traditional relationship with Pickett Smith. Will Smith, he wanted to have, you know, the picket fence and everything, but it didn't turn out like that. He wanted to have a good, he wants to forgive her for the way he's been treated by her. And he also wants to have mercy with her and forgive her for, even though he's trying to forgive her because she's been treating him like crap. He thinks he's a hard worker in his films, and he's trying to make the money, and he's trying to keep a routine and make it official, the relationship official. And her, she is speed, rapid changes movement. I think she wants to move out, go forward, and not stay in this relationship. She wants to air travel. She probably wants to move out of the out of where he lives, and like move. They live in separate areas. They don't live in the same house, like they said. And swift changes. Like she's moving out. She's probably gonna file for divorce before him. I think that's what it's saying. And she's very greedy. She cares only about herself and her kids. Especially her. She made her kids leave when they were teenagers, so she kicked them to the curb. And she's very overspending. She's very She spends a lot of money. She doesn't care about anybody else. She only cares. She's a sociopath, narcissistic. She only cares about herself. She protects herself by putting Will Smith on the bus. She puts people underneath the bus all the time. Wow. Yeah, she's impulsive. She's ruthless. She doesn't care about other people. She uses hasty, and she's unattached. I don't think she likes to be attached to people very long. She uses them and, uses them and then exclude them, like with Will Smith. She got what she wanted from him and left him. All right. And this is my tribe. All right. It's running. Escape. I feel like he wants to escape the relationship and use his excuse, any excuse. They're both using that. They're gonna get a divorce sooner or later. Within 5 years, they're gonna get a divorce. They're already separated, so she's gonna ghost him, and she's always lusting for other men in the relationship, and she's very greedy with him by any means necessary. She wants to get out of this relationship any seem necessary, and he wants to get out any means necessary. More her than him, because he's been sticking around. You need to come with a new strength to keep your plan in motion. So she wants to do a new plan in motion to, get him out of the relationship. Time to put your demands on the table and get serious about what you want as for a raise. So she wants to put her demands like, I don't know if they had a prenup or something, but she wants the money that during the divorce, and he's going to have to deliver because she's going to put her cards on the table saying, I want this much money, and if you don't like it, tough luck, I'm going to take you to the cleaners, because I don't know if they had a prenup. Express, you need to work that express kid. So he wants to do something different than always acting. Maybe you go back to rapping and singing and stuff, even though he's kind of old to rap because he's in his 50s. Maybe he'll do something else. Maybe he'll write a book or do theater or something like that. So it seems like they're headed toward divorce. I think she wants it more escaping. She's very greedy person. She doesn't care about other people. Jada Smith. Yeah. And there's going to be a divorce in the future. Yep. They're going to be getting a divorce, Will Smith. I'm going to see about it. I'm just interested about something. I don't judge. Is Will Smith bisexual? I'm going to do both. Is Will Smith bisexual? Because I could care less. I'm just curious. Is Will Smith bisexual? And then I'll do Pickett Smith. Is she bisexual? Is he... First I'll do he, and then I'll do she. On the top I'll do he, and the middle... All right, are they both bisexual or heterosexual or whatever? Yeah. It wants to play. It's jumping because it wants to let me know what's going to happen. All right. And then I'll do, what's my vibe? Is Will Smith or Jay Pickett's bisexual or gay or whatever? Because I personally, it doesn't bother me which way the wind they blow. Says he is bisexual. Wow. Is he? Is she, I mean? It says she isn't, but... Let's see. Are they... Oh, God, I keep on throwing the divorce card in the end. All right, yeah, he is, but he's so searching. Like, he likes to be with men or women. He doesn't care. You know, he goes either way. He doesn't care, and he tries to hide it. Uh, yeah, he wants to be, you know, being alone. Sometimes he likes to be alone. He doesn't want to be with a man or a woman. He wants to be alone. Like I said, this is entertainment purposes, and he wants to be independent, and he wants to be guided. So, you know, and he feels it's a burden, him being bisexual, or whatever he is, and it's hard work to keep it undercover because his reputation, because Bad Boys and all those movies, he was, you know, a rapper and stuff. He was a ladies' man in all those movies. And mental clarity. I think there's going to break through. There's going to be a breakthrough that eventually someday maybe he will come out. Um, and he has conflicts because he's not sure if he wants to go and come out as bisexual, which I couldn't. No, she's not gay. She values personal value. She likes to be with younger men and be with men, and she fantasizes be with other men, younger men. So she's not bisexual or gay. Uh, she has delays though. I think she had delays. Jada Pickett Smith on growing up as a woman. I think she's very juvenile. I think there's delay in her being a woman. I think she's very juvenile. She's not, you know, she's supposed to be a woman, but she acts like a girl. So she's very juvenile, Pickett Smith, and she's bored with being with Will Smith and other men quickly. Secrets are going to come out in her relationship with other men or boys and in her life and the people she was been also. The relation is stuck. They're in a bad relationship. They're dead freeze. They're not in a good relationship together. He wants to leave. She wants to leave. So they both want to leave, even though they do live separately now and change. He wants to let go of the relationship. She wants to they both want to let go and clear their minds and move on from into other. Like I got in another one, I shuffled another divorce card. They're both gonna head to divorce sooner or later, where the chips let them may. It might happen. Ghost. She'll ghost him, like doesn't want to return his phone calls. They're separated already for a number of years. So, all right. I'm going to ask a question. It doesn't have to do with Will Smith, but I'm interested in this. When it came to Tupac, I'm going to look. Did she she said that Tupac was the love of her life. Is that true? Did she think Tupac was the man of her dreams, or were they just friends? I'll look that. Was Tupac Jada Pickett Smith love of her life? Oh, no, it doesn't say that. Nope. Did she think Tupac was the love of her life, or? Oh boy. I feel emotional loss. She felt lost when they broke up, and when he died. She felt really sad and upset when he died, you know, got shot and killed. So she was upset. She tried to block the emotions of not letting people know that she was upset when Tupac got killed and because she thought he was creative with music and thought he could go far. So, yeah. It says no, they didn't really have. She didn't think he was the love of her life, but they had a good relationship so far. She thought he had untapped planning in his relationship. Like he didn't plan too much about his being a rapper and stuff. She thought he needed, like, people were taking advantage of him, and he needed to broaden his own rising. So, you know, lack of confidence, and thought he had lack of confidence in the relationship and also in his work being a rapper. So she thought he wasn't, come on, get with the program with it. Self-discipline. She wanted him to be self-disciplined in the relationship and in his work and ethic about being a rapper in the music industry. She wanted him to be, he lacked directions. I think he was tired of doing the same thing and he wanted to do something else. People didn't like that, so she lost control. Like he wanted to be the man in control, not her. She was lacked control. Maybe he wanted to have more control, and she didn't like that, so she lost control of Tupac, and she was aggressive with him. She was very aggressive with Tupac. And she was careless with him too. And there was a finances opportunity of him, getting more money, changing kind of music. Maybe he wanted to change music. I feel like he wanted to change music before he passed away. I'm going to do an update thing on Tupac. I don't know if I did a reading on him, but I want to do an update about Tupac. Development. Desire. Yeah, he had desire. He wanted a better relationship with her if it wasn't romantically. I think he wanted more romantic. But he thought that she was disrespectful toward him. He thought she wasn't very respectful. But he defended himself. Maybe they fought and they had enough is enough, and they were better off as friends than being romantic. And there was disaster in the relationship. I think, chaos because she wanted to be the one in control and he wanted to be the one in control. And you can't have two controlling people in a relationship. It's very hard. I know what it's like. So it was their downfall. The romantic relationship was a downfall. It didn't work out because he wanted to have his own way in some things and she didn't. Follow your dreams. He wanted to follow his dreams, being a rapper or doing other things. Make up your own mind. He wanted to make it on his own mind. He didn't want her to, tell her what to do. And he thought she did. And he believed in himself. And she tried to have him believe in himself too. And he wanted to make up his own mind. He didn't want her to be the one making up. And also he was trying to be like a father figure. I guess she didn't have good father figure in her life. So she tried to be a good male father figure to him. So it wasn't really mostly romantic. I think he wanted it to be, but it wasn't before he died. All right. Is there anything else I need to know about Jada Pickett Smith right now? And with Will Smith's marriage. We know it's going to end up in the divorce in the next 5 years because the kids are grown, they moved out. So is there anything else you guys want to tell me before I say Serenata tonight? Entertainment purposes, like I say in the future, I'll do one of it. Tell me, is there anything else? Okay. Is there anything else you want to tell me? Well, Jada, what's going on in your life? Oh, okay. Okay. Emotional. He is upset. Oh, emotional. He's upset. They're upset on how things are going. He wants to be in control. They want to be in control. He wants to be the one in control in the relationship. Will Smith, he wants to be the one in control, not have Will Smith. Pickett Smith wants to be the one in control. And he has lack of confidence in this relationship anymore. He doesn't have confidence in this relationship. I think Will Smith is burnt out in this relationship. Both of them are burnt out. They want to end it. Uh, he wants to have secret achievement, like learn to do something else. I think he wants to do, maybe he wants to do plays or musicals or whatever. He wants to do something different. Right. And so does she. Mainly he does. Um, he's disconnected to her. They're both disconnected to each other. They don't want very much with each other anymore. They're very disconnected. They don't want to be around each other anymore. He's tired of it. He doesn't want to deal with it. Um, so yeah, he's over. He's tired. And family. He thinks of there's happy memories. He wants to think of happy memories, what it used to be like when they were living together and married together. He wanted to reminisce and feel joy in the relationship, their marriage and their dating. Will Smith and Pickett Smith and their children. He wanted to think of he wants to fantasize, and also his child. He was thinking about his childhood, and he wanted to think of the innocence of his childhood. So he wanted to be more happy, and he's going to have to settle for what's going to happen in the marriage. They're separated, so he's going to have to settle for the amount of money that he's going to be granted from the divorce or the annulment or and he was trying to he wanted her to be like a mother figure. And he didn't want her to be the mother figure to him. He wanted to take care of himself. They thought he was burning the bridges, lack of trust. He didn't trust her very much anymore because she's been cheating on Will more and he was turning her back on him and said enough is enough with the cheating. He thought she was cheating with him too much. Will Smith was tired of Pickett Smith cheating on him and turning the back and thinking he was disloyal. He thinks she was very disloyal, not keeping their marriage together. And they were envy. She was envy of the movies he was making and the money he was making, the blockbuster movies he was making. So she was disconnected. She was jealous of him making all those boss stock movies, and she wasn't making as much movies as he was. So she was envy and jealous and competitive. She wanted to make some movies, be competitive. So, and he doesn't trust her anymore because of the movies he's made and the money it's come out. He doesn't trust her because he's afraid that he would take her to the bank and lose, and she wants to turn back the time. He wants to turn back the time and wish that the marriage was best. Wasn't good. So yeah, like I said, their marriage isn't good. It's not good. His marriage is terrible, in terrible shape. He wants to make it better, but it's not. It's getting worse, the relationship. Until the next video, take care. And like I said, entertainment purposes only. Take care. Bye.